From the students of the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good afternoon and happy Friday, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Sarah Mounier, and as you can see, we are in the radio booth right now. That is a temporary thing until we go back down to Studio B, as we are undergoing renovations right now. But continuing on and looking at our video, you can see it's a very dreary day, very cloudy all throughout the Commonwealth, and that will be the same story as we look in our area in State College. This is the Arboretum. You can see very dreary, some condensation drops from rain coming in. And then as you see, we are sitting at 32 degrees with a dew point of 32, winds relatively calm, but with the same temp, you could see that it is very wet, and that will be the same story as we go throughout the day, but I will get into that. But continuing on by looking at our temperature, you can see it really is the same story. The valley is holding more of like a cool pool in here, as represented by the little hue of purple, but as you go out to like Du Bois in Indiana, it's upper 40s, and then down in Harrisburg, which is upper 30s. And excuse me, I meant to say lower 40s. So continuing on, zooming out, you can see that that really is the whole case for the western part of PA and the eastern part of PA, whereas the central part is where it is cooler. So continuing on and talking about the temperature departure from average, you can see for this time in January, it usually is a lot cooler than what we are currently experiencing. The only place that's the exception is places like us in State College and in Harrisburg, which we are still below average. But places like Erie and Franklin and Pittsburgh, they're up to 10 degrees higher than what we usually see for the end of January. But that really was a change from what we have been seeing for the past 2 weeks, with those really cool conditions in the singles and even negatives. So it's a nice change to see towards the end of January as we begin into February. But that will continue, as you see. For the 6 to 10 day outlook, we're going to experience a lot warmer conditions than average. And as the Arctic blast dips more on the west coast this time, they are going to experience a lot cooler departure than average. So really just a change up from what we have been seeing. So continuing on, as I mentioned before, it is a very wet day, and that day will continue to be wet. So really this is from this morning. You can see there was a lot of rain coming in, a little bit of mixed precipitation as we are lingering around that 32 degrees point. But zooming out, you can see that really is the whole story for the East Coast. This large line of rain as well across the Midwest that's coming in, and that would really just impact our entire day. So moving on to our future radar, you can see this is at 12:30, lots of heavy rain coming up from the south, and that will continue on all throughout Friday afternoon. It will start to get lighter as we go into the evening hours, scattered conditions, maybe going into Saturday morning. From Friday night, we'll see a little bit of snow showers, but really nothing impactful. And then as we get into Saturday afternoon, that whole thing will clear out and maybe just a little bit of cloudy conditions, but no more precipitation to impact the day. But that is until we get to Sunday, with slight chances of snow coming more towards the northern half of the Commonwealth. So continuing on, I just wanted to point out our PA drought tracker. This is by the U.S. Drought Monitor that they update every Thursday. So this is from yesterday. And as you can see that places like South Jersey and the Philadelphia area are still really struggling with getting enough precipitation. So hopefully this storm coming in from the south will alleviate some of those conditions, but we've been saying this for the past couple of months. I'm not sure how much alleviation it really will bring, because I mean it's been pretty steady with those conditions and not much relief that we have seen. So for the rest of today in State College, you can see that we're going to get to a high of 44, and as mentioned, rain will be the weather. For tonight, that will continue. We're going to drop down to only 27 degrees, so a lot warmer than what we have been seeing in the past. Rain will continue. Maybe it'll dry up towards Saturday morning. And then your outlook for Saturday, definitely the day to be doing things if you're going outside. Very sunny, a high of 31 degrees, and very moderate winds, so it's a good day if you want to be outside. So looking at our 7-day forecast, you could see that rain was the story for today. It's going to dry up for Saturday, maybe a bit of chance of snow on Sunday, and then the beginning of the work week will be mostly sunny and dry, But then as we get towards the end of the work week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to start to be a little bit more wet and bring in the same conditions as we experienced on this Friday. But overall, you can see the high temperatures are a lot higher than what we have been seeing for the past 2 weeks, and the lows are a lot higher than what we have been seeing. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. I'm student meteorologist Sarah Meunier. Have a great rest of your day.